Today we are fly fishing for Atlantic salmon on the Lower Humber River in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada.
Terry just dropped us off here at Shellbird Island, and the water looks really good, something a little bit we're more familiar with. We're letting Marcus pass through here now, and hopefully we connect with a fish.
We are joined by three friends, Marcus, Lars, and Logan. Marcus and Lars are the founders of Non Products. They're from Sweden, and they've made all of the fly rods that we're using. Logan Landry is their Canadian rep from Nova Scotia, and we've all come together this week to share ideas, to test out some rod prototypes, and ultimately to spend some time together fishing. This is our third day fishing together. It's fall here, so it's really tough conditions, to be honest. But we're all still enjoying the sharing of knowledge on late season fishing. It's a completely different ballgame than fishing in June. Fall fishing for us basically means a lot of fly changes, a lot of different technique work, and a lot of coffee breaks. Logan?
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Here, you want one?
It's all about dipping the Oreo.
That one's going to be a little bit, that's for you. It's going to have some roughage in there.
We're going back to the shoals, Terry?
Guys fish this side, and I'm going to put one guy on the other side. Fish down through. So who wants to go where?
I'm fine with anything.
I'll go here.
I'll take the other side with my rubber hand.
Yeah, do that. Me and Logan here.
Oh, I like the speed of the current there. Perfect.
And there's I'd love this place for big fish.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
deep and it starts to show.
Yeah, oh wow.
The great thing about the Lower Humber is that every pool looks like it will hold a salmon for you. And basically the water is dark, so you can't really tell what's in there, but there's always that anticipation. And I'm sure I've said this before, but it's like every time you make a cast, there's this brand new moment of hope, and you let that fly swing through, and the end of the cast, you're not disappointed because you didn't catch a fish. You just pick the rod up, pick the cast up, put it out there again, and it starts all over. And this continues all day long. It's a maybe madness, but it's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so the wind finally stopped. It's been like 2 days, it's been super windy. So Lars is dying to get salmon on a dry fly, so this is like perfect opportunity without the wind. The water is nice and glassy, and so he's got a dry fly on, and we're gonna hopefully be able to find him a fish, but we're just happy that the wind has finally died down and we get a chance to breathe and fish. So, be good. We are proud to partner with Marble Mountain, offering 4 seasons of off-water activities. You can find them at skimarble.com. The ideal conditions for fall dry fly fishing are sunshine, no wind, a little bit of a warmer day, and we are not getting that today. So we are swinging wet flies with single and double-handed rods, and we're having a blast. Terry takes a few casts and hooks into a good one. She puts on a show for everyone with leap after leap in the cold fall air. It's amazing.
Great. Good job.
Flies out. Nice done. Beautiful.
Fatty.
Big female.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It wasn't on a bomber?
No, he was cheating.
No,
It
wet
got too
fly.
ripply out there and I didn't like it, so I just switched up. I think there's always usually big ones there.
Yeah.
Ash is so pretty. No marks or anything on her, like.
Yeah, I like it.
I have smaller.
You going? She's going.
Alright. Great jump. What rod, Derek?
Team effort. Carry on great. Good job. A few fish are getting active, and in no time, Marcus hooks up too.
The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Good, Marcus.
Good job.
Did you also make a job?
Ooh, it took so nicely.
Did it?
yeah.
What does he look like? Good fish or?
Yeah, I think so.
Make a face like
It's not a grill.
I gave him the special Undertaker.
Yeah.
Okay, I let it go.
Yeah, you go.
Bye-bye.
High five, high five.
That's really good. Good job.
That's good, yeah.
Got a fish?
Yeah. That's a nice healthy
Good.
grill.
Good, that's good.
Yes.
That's epic.
The fall colors.
Go catch his parent, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know they're there.
Oh, we caught a rock too.
Yeah, I got a rock too. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We know those big ones are there, so go.
Maybe because I normally don't fish 6 weight for salmon,
yeah,
so the fish feels larger
Yeah.
on the small rod.
I'm really aggressive with fish.
Yeah.
Like I crank on
Play
them
them high.
and I'll make them jump.
Yeah.
And I find big ones, if you make them jump 2 or 3 jumps and you got better control.
They
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in then really
Then
fast.
then they get tired.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for them to get that big body out of the water.
Yeah.
But that's definitely it. Like, cause when we fish smaller rivers, we'll drop down just so that if you do catch a small fish,
Yeah.
it feels like a big one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Right now in this river system, we see a lot of smaller males and larger females. There's still fresh fish coming in on the tides, but for the most part, the majority of the fish are already here. The larger males don't actually arrive until around when our season closes and long after that. This show was proudly sponsored by Outdoor Pros. For all your hunting and fishing needs, check out their website, outdoorpros.ca. We are up bright and early this morning. It is the guys' last day in Newfoundland, so we're just all really happy to be here today. Not really expecting a whole lot on the water because it's been a pretty slow time so far, but we're just delighted to be able to share this opportunity with each other and with all of you. Terry hooks into another one, quickly played and released.
I think so. Nice. Very slimy. It's nice, there's actually not much current here, so it's perfect release spot. Yeah. Okay, he's going. He's a good fish. He's aggressive, hey?
Back on the water again this morning with Marcus and Lars from Non-Products and Logan Landry from Nova Scotia. And after a couple of windy and rainy days, we have calm weather and sunshine. So it's such a relief to be able to have a nice calm day on the water to finally, they're really itching to get a salmon on a dry fly. So this will be the perfect day if the fish are here.
I'm gonna get real fancy here in a second. You guys watch.
Put it on Montana nymph.
We're doing some on-the-go trimming. It's not quite how I want to see it. Now we have the perfect profile.
Freshly trimmed by the river.
Speed. This will catch a fish. Third cast.
Yeah, I think wet fly's in order right now until that sun gets up a bit.
The small black green thing on.
Not the Mickey fin.
Not the Mickey fin anymore.
You benched the Mickey fin.
Yeah, it's benched.
It's not starting.
Special thanks to our partner, Colemans.ca, feeding families in Newfoundland and Labrador since 1934.
got the good parts.
Oh,
What's the English word for this?
birch bark.
Birch bark.
Yeah, bark,
Yeah, bark?
but it's from a birch tree.
Okay.
Birch
Kind of makes sense. You have the tree, and then you have the bark, and the word is birch
Word
bark.
is birch bark. 2 words though.
Yeah. One word.
What would you call birch bark or bark in Sweden?
Yeah, you can say that. Björk. And björknäver. So näver is the bark.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
Swedish.
Bjork is birch?
What? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Like the Icelandic singer. Björk.
There are fish everywhere today. You can see them moving in the water, you can feel them in the air. But on days like today, when you're changing flies and you're changing tactics and nothing seems to be working, sometimes the best idea is to head in for a bit of lunch.
Oh, you did.
See the light in the woods.
Are we telling him, Kastine, or not?
I have lighter.
Thank you.
You did a really good job though.
Oh my god. That's so good. Fresh scallops.
So I just cooked up a little snack. Well, except for the oysters, I didn't have to cook those. Pan fried some Newfoundland scallops, and we've got some crab legs that are there. It might be enough to get them in off the water. You in for a little snack, Logan?
No,
Want some?
I'm gonna eat them.
You're gonna eat instead of fish?
I know where the food is.
Yeah.
Lars, you're missing the crab.
Well, there's a knife there. Crack some of that open. It's great, hey? It's so good. Okay, so there was a lot of fish here today, but you know, fishing is fishing, and just because the fish are here doesn't mean they want your fly. So, unfortunately,
Everything was perfect. The conditions looked ideal,
Yeah.
but the fish don't think so.
No.
They played us the whole day. There's fish all over this show.
Yeah.
Big, small, in between. And I think we rose 2 fish. And both of those didn't come to take the fly. They just came to look at it. But you'll see on the drone footage there is a lot of big fish on this show.
Yeah.
But that's fishing today.
And every
even
fly and every technique.
Everything. We tried it all and they just said, sorry, not today. Everything looks great, but whatever it is, they've decided.
Falling water today.
Falling water today.
Falling water.
Yeah, there's a hydro powerhouse on Deer Lake and it's shut down for maintenance, I think. And when that happens, the water drops pretty fast and it's gone down a foot or 2
Overnight. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that has done anything, but regardless, we're empty today. But it was still a great day.
Yeah. That
I
was
had
good.
fun. It gives you a chance to try a whole bunch of techniques just to see if it might work.
And an awesome lunch on the
And
bar.
an awesome lunch. And even
missed
though,
coffee,
ooh,
sorry.
look at that. A
Oh
monster just
my
jumped out on the
gosh.
shoal. Just as like the wave goodbye. Probably a 30-pounder. There you go. Sure you want to go?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Good.
That was a big fish.
Really was.
Holy Jesus.
Thanks for watching Tight Loops, Tight Lines. We are your hosts, Kastine Coleman
And Terry Byrne.
We'll see you next week.